Welcome back to Mad Talks of Football. And Juventus and Atalanta have played out a 1-all draw, at Turin. So from where do I start? I mean, it was a weird game of football, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, it was not as boring as you would have you would say a 1-1 is not normally is, and it was not as excited as you would have expected from these two teams with the way that they both have started the season. I expected goals in this game, if it did not click. Something was missing in this game, if I'm being very honest with you. I think Juventus started the game really, really good. They were on the front foot, of course. Atalanta had to defend a lot in that first half. Juventus created a lot of good chances. They were just not really able to finish them off. I think Thuram had a couple of good chances early on, it just did not felt right. Juventus had a lot of the ball as well. They dictated the play. They created chances. The way they moved the ball as well. It looked good. But it was, sometimes you just you go on, you watch a movie and you think it is good and everything is going good, but you just don't the ending of it is not really good. And I think this match was something like that, and the way that Juventus played especially, it was like that. I mean, they controlled everything, every aspect of the game. They the moves that they were making, the chances that they were creating, everything felt good, but they were just not really able to finish them off. And every time it just lacked something for Juventus. And to make matters worse for them, Atlanta go on the other hand, they counter attack, and it's a really good counter attack, and Kamaldeen Sulemana scores a beautiful game, matched by his celebration as well. I mean, that a triple flip, that was really great as well. It was a great goal as well. So it becomes 1-0 at halftime, and you go into that half as a Juventus fan, and you're thinking, and as a neutral as well, Atlanta did not deserve to go in that half, leading, because it was all Juventus in that first half. They were the ones, that they were playing the football, that were creating the chances, that were dominant, that were on top. But a lot of the times in football, it happens that you are the dominant team, but the other teams is gonna go ahead and score. It feels like a sucker punch, and that's what Atalanta gave to Juventus in that first half. Second half comes in, and it was basically the same. That's what I'm saying. It just felt off. That the game, it reached a certain level of excitement, and then it would die down. You just don't you just don't feel satisfied. It was one of those games. It was a weird one for me, if I'm being very honest with you. And the second half, I think Atalanta were a bit better, not much better, a bit better. But when Juventus were clearly on top in that second half, they created chance after chance. They kept on coming closer and closer. They were just missing that final piece. But in the end, they go ahead and score. Cabal scores his first goal of the season. And again, that was a mistake from Atalanta. They missed the ball completely, the defender, and the ball lands to Cabal, and he scores the goal, and becomes a 1-all. And then Juventus got a great chance, when Atlanta get down to 10 men, and that was the moment I really thought that Juventus were going to go ahead and win the game, and they went at it. I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at it. McKennie had a couple of great chances from close range as well. I mean, that corner kick right at the end, in my opinion, it was like 91st, 92nd minute, that corner kick that comes in, and he hits it directly right at the at the keeper with Sakeli, and it stays 1-0. So that is why, as I said, it was a weird one. If you are Juventus fan, you are going to come out of that game and you're thinking, how did we not win this game? I mean, they created about 25-26 chances. That's how good they were. They had about 80% of the possession, but they were just not able to kill off that game. This is their second draw of the season, and it is not good for them. Let's be very honest. They were already 2 points behind Napoli. They drew today, and now they are 4 points behind. They're now 3 points behind. If Napoli end up winning that game, it is going to be a problem for Juventus. You cannot let Napoli have that early big lead at the start of the season. Last season, Inter and Napoli went neck to neck. For the majority part of the season, it was like 3 or 4 points. That was the maximum lead one team would have had, because the other teams kept on staying close to them. And if Juventus really want to go ahead and challenge for the title, they cannot let Napoli run away with it. So they would really hope that Napoli end up losing that game against Milan. because it's not going to be an easy task for Juventus to catch them, and they would be really disappointed. As I said, it was a weird one, to be very honest with you, and Juventus fans and the players are going to be disappointed as well, because Atalanta were there for the taking. Atalanta have been really good. Their start of the season was good, but today, I mean, they really did not turn up. I'm quite disappointed with that as well. I thought Atalanta might, I went for an Atalanta win. I thought Atalanta might sneak in a win here, and they might upset Juventus, but they really did not turn up. I mean, Soleimani had that great moment. I think they had one or two more chances. I think Krasavic had that one-on-one where he completely scored it up one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and this shoots like 6-8 miles up away from the goal, and that was basically it. Atlanta really did not create in that game. They really struggled. Juventus were the top team, and despite all of that, they somehow managed to get a draw. Despite playing the last 15-20 minutes with 10 men as well, they somehow managed to stay in the game. Somehow managed to draw that game. They are still undefeated. So in a way, Atalanta are going to look at this and they are going to be like, what, we did not play that good. We went away to Turin. It's a big stadium. It's a massive place. It's a hard place to go to. And Juventus were by far the better side. They kept on coming. They they dominated us completely. They were so deep in their own half. Atalanta for majority of the game. But they somehow still did not lose that game. It is mind-boggling to me. It is baffling to me how Juve did not win this game. So from an Atlanta perspective, they are going to be really happy about it. Undefeated still in the season. They did not perform good, and they somehow still ended up winning. And if not for a mistake, they might have ended up winning that game as well. So the confidence level in Atalanta is going to be really good. The players are going to be quite happy about it. They're not going to be happy about the performances, but they are going to be happy about the result, in my opinion, because they know how poor they were, and I think it could have been a really good game. I think that is one of the reasons why I'm quite disappointed and why I really don't I did not enjoy that game, because if Atalanta played to their potential, we could have had a really good game. We could have had that end-to-end game where both the teams are going after each other. But as I said, Atalanta really did not turn up, and that basically destroyed the game. And that Juventus basically had to carry the game, and they did carry the game. They played really good, but they were just not really able to finish it off, and that is a problem. I've said that as well. Juventus, when they click, they are really good. They can score a bundle of goals, but when they don't click, it becomes a problem, and you're just wondering, and you're sitting there and you're scratching your head and you're pulling your hairs out of your head and thinking, how can they not score? How many chances do you need to score those goals? I mean, McKennie should have scored that goal. I mean, he had like 3 chances in the last 5 to 7 minutes where he could have put a Juve ahead, but he scuffed them all, and I think that is going to be a problem. If they really want to go ahead and win the Scudetto, if they really want to go ahead and challenge Napoli for the title, they need to win these type of games, especially when they are playing so good. When the opposition is not on top of their game, you need to win this game. Imagine playing so good against Inter, scoring 4 goals, and then playing a game like against a team like Atalanta and not being able to go ahead and score the winner. So I would say a disappointed game, an okay sort of result for both of them, because they both did not lose. But I would say Juve would be really disappointed, and Atlanta would be like almost sort of happy, but not that excited. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Juve's performance, what you guys thought of Atlanta's performance. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the start of the international break. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.